Alright, I hope you guys all had a great weekend. I'm gonna do a short and sweet video, just some color and some bird's eye view on just what I'm seeing on the indices and on some leading stocks. So I'm gonna hop right into it. I'm on a chart of the S&P futures, and just zooming out, I am starting to see some kind of pattern develop. Looks like a possible leading diagonal, which is a bearish sequence, but would suggest a bounce to come soon. So you get our 1, 2, 3, 4 overlaps, 5, and then what happens is it contracts, forming a wedge. Inside a leading diagonal, you have subwaves in threes, which are just ABCs. So you get 3, 3, 3, 3, and 3. Okay. So knowing that, let's apply this to some charts below. And let's see where the market can possibly head to. And I like to use this in confluence with my levels of supply and demand. So just going on to a monthly chart, this is a tested monthly demand zone, but it is a higher time frame level which could react again. So knowing that, how I just identified that level, we do have a demand zone here. Wicks here, liquidity. So knowing that pattern I showed you guys for a leading diagonal, does look like we are in subways of threes. You can see this looks like a WXY 3, 3, 3. So we get our going from the top, we actually get our possible 5-wave structure here. So we would get our 3 down, so 1, 2, WXY possibly here in this kind of complex leg down, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so does look like a wedge forming. We're starting to see volume actually drop off a bit. So I do think we're going to have a nice long opportunity. So you can see this level at 37. Let's call it 3750, 3700. It's got actual confluence with the monthly demand zone. So that would suggest a possible bounce to come soon, because after 5, you get a retracement. A common retracement after 5 down is 50%. Maybe we bounce up to test this upper blue downtrend line resistance level. No one really knows, but in the near term, it does look like a wedge forming. It's let's see if this demand zone can hold. I'm going to go into a daily chart just to show you guys my subdivisions, and this actually looked like an expanded flat right here. So we'll fake out like a 335 A, B, C. Go on a 4-hour chart. 3, 35. So knowing that, and possibly where the market could be headed, I do think we can get more downside. We have to break this 3808 low to confirm a 5-wave structure. Let's see if we get a bounce out of this demand zone, completing a wedge for a bounce. I'm going to show you guys NASDAQ. All right, so here's the NASDAQ futures right here. I'm going to go into a higher time frame chart. So you can see here, guys, I am on a daily chart. And you can see here that we do have a drop-based rally demand zone right here. Very similar to, well, identical to the S&P futures. Let's see if this zone can hold here. Nice confluence with wedge support. Let's see where I can find the actual imbalance. Okay, so this is the actual imbalance around, let's call it 11,200. Drop-based rally demand zone, which actually intersects right here perfectly with wedge support. I'd like to see if that level can hold. We're starting to get a drop off in volume here. So it would be nice to see if we can break this low, confirming a 5-wave structure, see if this demand zone can hold right there. So again, after 5 down, usually you get a 50% retracement. So let's just say in theory that this holds. A 50% retracement would be, let's call it a bounce to 13,300 to 14,000. We do have untapped imbalance right here at a higher time frame level of supply in this zone. So again, this does look like a textbook wedge forming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again, the recent bounce did look like a huge expanded flat, which was a monster trap. A, B, C here. So it does suggest a little bit more downside, but a bounce to come But as we know, if this is a 5-wave sequence down, this is a bearish sequence, which would suggest that if this would hold and we do bounce, it will be shortly lived for another sell-off. Let's go into let's go on Apple. See what's up with Apple. Apple again is forming that same exact pattern. See here, we got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, we have higher time frame demand right here around 127 to 123, which actually intersects perfectly with wedge support right there. I'm going to go into a daily chart, and then let's see what's going on with the smaller time frame. Okay, this is a clear wave 3 down. Nasty. See 1, 2. Wave 3 is categorized usually by gaps. Things just move vertically down. 1, 2, possibly 3, 4, 5 down. So we're still bearish here, but I do think we get a possible nice long opportunity in this level of demand right around here. Let's go in to Microsoft as well. I like to look at leading stocks and just see if there's any kind of divergence, or to see if things are out of alignment, or because obviously you want everything to be in agreement. So when you're starting to see leading stocks and the indices sort of point to the same thing, it could suggest that all your stars are in line and you do have a high probable trade. That's an imbalance right there. Rally-based rally. That is fresh demand, untapped, has not been tested. Same thing with Microsoft. Looks like a 5-wave structure forming. You can see that the buy zone has got confluence with wedge support. Could get a bounce out of this level for a short-lived bounce, but likely a 38.2, maybe 50% retracement off the highs. If this does hold, which could take us back up to 280 to 295, but afterwards I do think that the move down comes again. You can see here as this wedge starts to form, you can see that we are getting a big volume divergence. So it looks like maybe, let's see, we got big tech earnings end of July. We could get a possible run into earnings, and maybe earnings is the catalyst for the next sell-off. Again, guys, nobody knows. That's why we just take it session per session, just to see what's going on with the market. So that's just what I'm seeing sort of on the NASDAQ futures and on the S&P futures, and some leading stocks. I said I would keep this video short and sweet, so I'm done here, but that's just sort of what I'm seeing going into the week. A bit more downside, but I do think that we are going to see a nice bounce opportunity soon.